In this question, we are being asked to find which of these fractions is the greatest. It says which of the following fractions is the greatest. Now, this particular question, there's a shortcut way of answering it, but let's go about it doing it the long way so that we can learn a method that applies to any similar question. Well, anytime you want to compare fractions, you must make them to be the same by having the same denominator. And you do that by finding the LCM of all the denominators here, 6, 4, 2, 3, and 5. When you look at these numbers, and normally in an exam, if you have so many numbers and you have to find their LCMs, then normally it's a multiple of 12. That's just a clue. And so when I look at these, I quickly see that each of these numbers can go into 60. So we're going to make 60 our LCM. 60, 60. We have 5 fractions altogether. 60, 60, 60. And then, as you know, we're going to just ask ourselves, what did we do to our original denominator to turn it into 60? Here we times by 10. So when you do the same here, this becomes 10 over 60. Here, 4 times what gives us 60? 15. So this becomes 15 over 60. Here, 2 times what gives us 60? That's 30. Here, 3 times what gives us 60? 20. Here, 5 times what gives us 60? 5 times 12. So 12. And then, now that we have the same denominators and we have worked out our numerators, we can just look and see which of them is the greatest. Well, here, 30 is the greatest number here. And so that was this particular fraction here. So the answer here, which of these fractions at the top here is the greatest? The answer is 1/2. So that's the normal way of answering this kind of question. We look at the denominators, find the lowest common multiple of the denominators, and then make equivalent fractions that we can compare. So that's the normal way of answering a question like this. In this case, however, quickly just to point out, there's a shortcut way of doing it. And the shortcut way would have been simply to have a look and see that, well, they all have the same numerator, and this is 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, and 1/6. Now, obviously, if you cut a cake into more pieces and take one piece, the more pieces you get, the smaller they become. So definitely, if you had a cake, you cut it into half, and you took half, that is going to be the greatest fraction. And all of these other numbers will definitely be less than half. Hope you understand that, and if you did, have a go at similar questions just to prove that to yourself.